Okay, so today I'm going to show you about how we're learning to use the area model, what we do in multiplication for our division. And so if we had the number 474 divided by 7, okay, what we're thinking is we know that when we multiply, when we use the area model to help us multiply, we know that we multiply this, whatever this number is, by the sum of up here. I know when I multiply that together, I get my big total or my product. Okay, so when we are dividing these out, we know, so I know when I'm dividing this out, my 474, what I have, I'm kind of working backwards. I'm seeing what can I multiply to get that number, or doing partial quotient. So I know I'm dividing by 7. Whatever we're dividing by goes right here. So I'm going to think, I'm going to make a menu, what we call a menu. I'm thinking of our friendly products. So what's some numbers that I know that I can multiply by 7 to I might possibly use? Well, I know 7 times 6 is 42. So if I know 7 times 6 is 42, I know 6 tens times 7 is going to equal 420. Okay. Also, I know 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, and then we could also say, we could just say 3 times 7 is 21. Now notice, whatever my divisor is, I'm finding products of that number. So just for organization, I like to put the times 7 in the end, just so I can help when I know what to put above the box, I know I'm going to put that first factor. So I know I'm going to look at this number, 474, and I'm going to see which of these products, 42, 420, 49, 21, which of these products can I start with? What's the largest one that I know that I can get to without going over? Well, I know this 420 here is very close to it, but it doesn't go over. So I'm going to choose 420. So for me to get 420, I multiply 7 times 60 or 6 tenths. So now I'm going to subtract 4 minus 0 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. And 4 hundredths minus 4 hundredths is 0. So that leaves me with 54. So I'm always going to double check. 54 is a lot smaller than 7. I mean, a lot larger. So I'm going to keep going. So I know I'm going to divide my area box again. I'm going to draw another box. So whatever I had left over here is 54. I'm going to bring to the top of the other box. So now I have 54. So I'm going to think, what can I get to? What I know 49 is the product I've already written. I'm going to use this 49 right here. So I'm going to take 49 away from 54. Now I know to make that 49, I have to multiply 7 times 7. So I subtract. I can't take 9 from 4 ones without going into the negative. So I'm going to have to borrow from that 10. That becomes 4 tens and 10 ones. Well, the 10 plus the 14 I already had there. Let me do that in different color. That's going to make this 14. So 14 minus 9 is 5, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So now I'm left with 5. Well, I know 5. If I only have 5, I can't break 5 into 7 groups without cutting pieces into smaller, making fractions, and we're not going to worry about that yet. So I'm going to leave the 5. Once I get to a number here that is smaller than my divisor here, this is my remainder. So I know I had 5 pieces left over that couldn't go to a group without cutting the smaller pieces. So to find my answer, I'm going to look and see, and I'm going to add all the numbers that I put up on top of my box. So I had 60 and I had 7. So my answer is going to be 67, remainder 5. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more example if you want to watch. This is how we're going to use the area model again to divide 400. I'm going to show 441 divided by 3. So I know I have 441 total pieces, and I'm breaking them into 3 groups, or I have 3 in each group. So I'm going to say it depends on how the problem's written. So I'm just going to write some friendly products for 3. So I know I could do 100 times 3 is 300. I know 7 times 3 is 21. I know 15, well, hold up, sorry. I know 5 times 3 is 15. So I know 50 times 3 is 150, or think about that, 5 tens times 3 is 15 tens. So let's start here, and we can always add to our menu. Some students have a lot of time, they want to spend a lot of time on a menu, but that's just a starting place. So I'm going to look at the menu, and I see that 300 is the greatest product that I see that I can use without going over. So I'm going to use, I know 3 times 100 equals 300. So see how I put that down? I know 3 and then the 100, the two numbers I multiply together, 3 times 100 equals 300. So I subtract that out. 1 minus 0 is 1. 4 tens minus 0 is just 4 tenths. And 4 hundredths minus 3 hundredths is 100. So I know this 141 is a lot larger than 3. So that means I keep going. And so whatever number I have here, I put right here. So I have 141. So when I'm looking at this, oh, so close. I know 50 times 3 is 150, but it's a little too large. So I'm going to add to my table. I know 4 times 3 is 12. So if I know this, I also know 4 tens times 3 is 120. Now, it's really important for the students to remember it's times 3. Sometimes we want to add the tens to the 3, but we have to keep our divisor the same for that product. So times 3 for everything. So I'm going to use this 120 because I know it is a product that is closer to 141, but it doesn't go over. So I know 3 times 40 is how I got that 120. 1 minus 0 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then I have that 1. So I have 21 left over. Well, I know 21 is a lot larger than the 3. So I'm going to keep going. So I have 21. Well, 21, lucky for us, we had on our menu, but if we didn't, we could have always added it. Or we could have kept going with what we know on our menu. We could have used the 15, and we would have got there eventually. So I know 7 times 3 is 21. So I have my 3 here. So I need to put my 7 here. 7 times 3 is 21. When I subtract that out, that leaves me with 0. So I have 0. And now I know 0 is not a remainder. So I just add 100 plus 40 plus 7 to find my answer, and I get 147. So my answer is 147.